5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
About the West End, started to roam. 6 long months on a dust-covered trail. They say heaven's at the end, but so far it's been hell. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. We were digging and shifting 5 to 5, selling everything we found just to stay alive. Gold flowed free like the whiskey in the bars. Sinning was the big thing, Lord, and Satan was a star. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. And blood lined the streets. Men were shot down for the sake of having fun, or just to hear the noise of their 44 guns. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. Now my widow, she weeps by my grave. Tears flow free for her man couldn't save. Shot down in cold blood by a gun that carried fame, all for the useless and no good, worthless claim. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there.
YouTubers and friends, thanks for joining us for another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live with ToledoJess, Dano, the Treasure Vixens, and I. Hey, YouTubers and friends, hope you're all staying warm, comfortable, since half the country's frozen. I see a lot of great people out in the room tonight, but before we say hi to all you great people, our guest tonight is Prospector Jack and Hillbilly John of the Appalachian Prospectors, some prospecting buddies of ours from New England. So buckle up. We're going to have a real good time tonight. I'm going to head over to the other set. Hey, ToledoJess and Rose, how are you doing?
Hi.
You're now off mute. And I didn't have to pull out my ear.
I was say, did you take your earplug out?
No, I didn't hear Jess try to make me laugh or nothing.
What's everybody doing tonight?
Trying to stay warm.
Are we on now?
We're on, Jesse. We're
I
on.
never know. I don't know when you're going to put me on or nothing. You just do it sometimes.
Because you can be dangerous if I don't sometimes. I see wait, I want to give a special thank you to Tara from Nashville, Tennessee. That lady, that gal, that sister of another mother, wasn't that an excellent event she helped put on in Nashville, Rose?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It went off without a hitch, yeah.
From what I understand, it went absolutely fabulous, darling, fabulous.
I know all the videos I saw of that event. Let's see. For all the chaotic action that seemed to be going on, it seemed like it was just flowing really well. Everything was happening like it was supposed to happen, and people were coming in and out, and people were getting the things they needed. It was just kind of, it was really awesome. And if that was her that did that.
From what Jared told me, she orchestrated it all pretty much. And the Grand Ole Opry, hey, even though I wasn't on the dive crew and I was there sliding in on my friend's coattails, it went so good and so well, I'm speechless.
Yeah, if they had issues, if they had problems, we couldn't see it. I think I speak for Ed when I say that we didn't see anything.
They definitely didn't see it. Definitely didn't see it on any of the live streams or any of the videos. The videos, you can cut a lot of stuff out, but on the live streams, everything seemed to be flowing like it was like really orchestrated that way. I know things change as stuff happens, but it just seemed pretty well organized, And I spent the whole day, all day Saturday, watching the different live streams. I jumped from this live stream to that live stream.
They were pretty much all day.
There were like live streams recording other live streams live.
Right. In fact, I would have YouTube up 2 or 3 times just to keep up with the different live streams that were going on. I don't know why. It wasn't like I don't know. I got really involved in it. A lot of people did involved in what they were doing, and this really got big from what I noticed. It's gotten even bigger. Hey, more power to them, man.
Looking back to when we had Jared on with Adventures with Purpose a couple years ago,
right,
to now, it's like he deserves every bit that man gets, in my opinion. And Sam the Adventure Man, Sam Gins, is a great guy also. And that smile he has on his face is like genuine.
Yeah.
It's genuine.
And
Uh,
they're just like, you know, you watch these YouTube channels, you see these people making videos, and you wonder, is this a persona? You know, is this who they portray on YouTube, or is this who they are? And those guys are genuine. What you see is what you get. They're just as kind off screen as they are on screen. They're good guys and gals.
Right.
yes,
And
yes.
I heard a lot of that from the different people that you know, because of what we do, we have interaction with some of these people in the chat rooms and stuff, and that's the kind of things that you hear all the time. Yeah. So yes, thank you for helping with that, and what a great thing to do. You know, so that's yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Now,
Yes.
uh,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
no,
to.
no worries. And David Villa, there'll be some of that later. But first, let's say hi to everyone. Dwight Wooten, Digging with Deej.
Ellsworth girl loved the
The
pumpkin bread.
bread
And
is so yummy. Judy's eaten most of it, though.
it's gone. But listen,
Oh, shoot. No
last week,
data?
you posed a question: should I bring some of the hash bash? I'm not going to say yes or no, but if you do, definitely.
By all
Yes,
means,
I say absolutely.
if you want, by all means.
Oh, did I say hash bash?
Yeah, flash bash. Flash bash. Oh,
That's the
geez.
other one.
You know this is a family-friendly channel, ToledoJess.
Right. My mistake.
It's my favorite too, Mark Miller. Cheryl, Randy Combs, Treasure Extractors. Welcome, Charles.
Yeah, Charles,
We're having a Jersey.
guys. He just hit his
Yes.
600 mark. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Jeff, let's go. What's up, buddy?
Flash fam, that's right, and you're part of it, Jeff. I can't wait to get back in the motherlode with Smith's Golden Two Toes and find some more nugs.
Yes, sir.
More nugs.
Yeah, we can't forget Mr. Lodak, the best moderator in the world.
The world's greatest moderator, Mr. Lodak.
You bet. So I got a story about what happened today with all the snow we had.
Okay.
Okay. Remember last year? I think it was last year on Jim's show. I was on there, and I thought they had a topic of crazy neighbors.
Right.
And
right.
I talked about my crazy neighbors.
Right.
This morning, Ruby didn't go to work because it was snowed too hard, right? So we're sitting in here watching YouTube, drinking coffee and having our toast. All of a sudden we heard this out front. What the hell is going on out there? I go out to the front door. Our neighbor across the street got out this morning and did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 houses of sidewalk and across the front and to the door.
Wow.
Him and by hand with shovels.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going, what are you doing? Oh, I just felt like going out here. I started shoveling the snow and I just kept going. I said, dude, don't worry about it, man. We're gonna go down to do Don's next door, and then we'll probably go over there and do that over there. And I got some crazy ass neighbors, man.
Well, you could have sent them our way when they had that 2 foot over here. Could have used a good man like that.
Yeah, weird neighbors like that all take plenty of.
Yeah, he's an ex-Marine, kind of younger guy. I'm gonna say he's in the early 40s, maybe at the most. You know, still full of energy. you know. Then he had somebody helping him. So, and to be honest, the snow we got was kind of powdery, so it wasn't real, wet and heavy. So it wasn't like he was, lifting heavy snows. But just the fact that he just, I mean, dude, it had to be at least 100 yards of sidewalk, at least, plus the walkways going up to the doors, the steps. He did the steps, the walkway, all the way to the street, and just kept on going.
Jesse, Patrick Moore says he probably felt bad for hitting one of your two vehicles.
Wait, I better go look.
Hey, Richard Quick, welcome.
I'm not sure. Oh, that was Patrick. Yeah, he knows about my vehicles.
HD and Gemstone Judy, good to see you. Glad you made it, Dive for Good. I believe Dive for Good was also in Nashville, wasn't he?
Yep, he was there.
There were so many people, and
Oh yeah, it was hard to keep track.
It was great seeing Jeffrey again, outdoor influencer, and meeting Britton from Depths of History, and Adam Brown Adventures. Yeah. How does he say it? Adam Brown Adventures. Oh yeah, something like that. But so many, and it blew me away. Doug from Elite Towing was there. That guy's so cool. It was, I met him 2 years ago in Portland, outside of Portland, when I was there when they pulled a Volkswagen out of the Willamette River. And it was just cool that they allowed me to be even a fraction of a part of it. I should have took more days off so I could have actually did something for him.
Down and dirty with him, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I feel guilty. And then Mike from Muddy Bottoms Adventures. That was the gentleman that gave us the ride over in the boat the first time.
Those guys were super nice.
Yes. Everybody was totally nice. Totally awesome. And we have our Australian friends in the house. Hi, Grotty. How are you doing? It's good seeing you here. Nikki Prospecting's in the house. Another friend from down under. Spike Littlejohn. Perry Art 420. How are you? Jason AU. B3 Relic Recovery. Judy and I saw Chris and Morgan in Kroger over the weekend.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, brother, how you doing, James? My big brother's in the house.
Yep, Jason, AU Colorado, what's up?
And run for the hills.
Don't forget Lucky Ducky Thomas Folks.
Lucky Ducky Thomas Folks from Equipment Rentals is now in the house. I saw him earlier, but YouTube was having me freaking out. I'm here like, oh, frick. No live stream available. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Yay, we're live.
Did I miss saying hi to Nikki? Nikki B, how are you tonight?
You probably did, but I got her.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I think
got her too.
Popped up earlier. Willie, I think he's here too. He said something.
Willie's here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Willie's here.
Up on the snow shoveling. I feel you, Willie. I did a lot of hand shoveling. I don't know if you guys have seen my beautiful sunburn from 14-degree weather today. That was from hand shoveling my driveways, guys.
Oh, let me see, like 4 years ago when it was like 40 below zero with wind chill factor for like a week here, and I swear every day for a week I was shoveling snow at home, plus at the job site, off our concrete blankets. I didn't touch a snow shovel for the last couple of years. Thank God we bought a snowblower, but it's not self-propelled, so it's a little work. And of course, there's still a little hand shoveling in there.
I
But
got good viewers.
it's Dano the Mano is at work. I told him to strike. You should have seen me in group chat, in our group text. I'm like, strike, strike, strike. I was busting Dano's ballies. Beep.
It's hard to pass up that snowplow money, man.
Well, I can understand, and he wants to make 2 trips to the Motherlode this year. So he's one of my best friends. I have to be able to bust him in the chops, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
If you can't bust a friend's balls, who can you bust?
And he is working himself to the bone, you guys, to the bone. If we're not giving credit to the guys and gals out there working in these conditions right now, our plowing services, people plowing, you know, the Walmart parking lots, anything like that, we should be ashamed of ourselves because they are working hard right now.
Yes, Megan, busting his shamrocks. That I was busting his shamrocks.
Especially this kind of storm that's lasting all night, and they got to keep things opened up, you know.
Just going.
Like I was telling you earlier, driving to pick up my granddaughter last night, even if the snowplow come by, the winds were so bad, it was just blowing everything back in. It was you shouldn't be out there if you don't need to be. But
Okay. I'm being yelled at, Jesse. I'm being yelled at from our friend Jeff, Gold Pro Unlimited. So, introduce the guest already, Ed. I threw in the already, but...
He's not here to see us and listen to us talk? He wants to listen to our guest? Oh, what kind of crap is that?
Jeez, I thought we were Gold Prospectors Radio when they're here just for us.
Yeah, dang.
Well, for that, I'm not going to share my essential oil link with you now, Jeff. All right. Our guest tonight is Prospector Jack and Hillbilly John over there. Why don't you two introduce yourselves?
All right. Well, I'm Prospector Jack of Appalachian Prospectors, and I'm very happy to be on your show tonight.
Well, it's glad to have you. About time I got you on. I've been asking you for, what, 2 years now?
Yeah,
I think it's been.
Something like that. And we're finally here.
Well,
let me interrupt real quick. I want to give our buddy ERRT Radio.
he was here on time.
Huh?
He was here on time tonight.
Was he? Oh, well, then never mind. I'm not going to bust some balls then. Continue.
Thank you for being here on time, ERRT.
Yes, thank you for being here on time.
And Ellsworth, I'm glad your daughter's good and she's back from the hospital. But still, if all of you would keep the Carl's daughters in your prayers, never hurts. Never hurts. But back to you, John and Jack. Sorry. Live entertainment for you.
Glad to be here and meet everybody. Been a long time.
Yep.
It's glad to have you here. Now maybe we could have you in our audience on Tuesday nights once you've been here. So I'm just giving you a hard time, guys. I know you're busy.
Usually I got to get up at 2:30 in the morning. So I normally catch your reruns, when it's recorded on. Sometimes I can catch it live, but I usually check them out on, I even check it out over on Library now and on Odyssey.
Right, and I know you can also find you over there at Library and Odyssey.
That's right. And yeah, that's really good. We're really enjoying it over there. That's good too.
A lot of times that's the only format you do your giveaways on is on Library, right, Jack?
we've done some on YouTube, but yeah, we're doing most of them on library.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually got one going on now.
Oh, well, remember my address is P.O. Box 130, Delphus, Ohio.
So is library a different platform?
It
For
is.
videos? Is it for live streams or what?
There's no live streaming yet, but it's coming on Odyssey. See, Odyssey is like the internet interface for library, which is the app. And on library, you can upload not just videos, but anything that's in a digital file. Like if you got well, you can upload pictures. You can upload also maybe reports and things like that. Mine reports you can put on there, whatever. If it's in a digital file, you can upload it. And mostly what Odyssey is, what's happening there is mostly the videos. You can get pictures on there, but when it's, they mostly have like the videos on the front page, so.
Now they're working on, Odyssey's working on doing live video too, aren't they?
Yes. Yep.
Aren't they working on that?
Yep, they're working on it, and I hear it's getting pretty close to, they're going to be shipping that out soon, hopefully.
Right. I know a lot of the conservative commentators have gone over to those platforms, Odyssey and that issue.
Yeah, and the reason is because it's the app itself, library, is fully decentralized, meaning that the community owns it. Actually, the people, all the people that are on there own it. So, you get over there, you get monetized. Everybody's monetized. You get monetized for watching videos, and that's what makes it very interesting.
I mean, even our show that's non-political, non-controversial, that sometimes we lose monetization simply because of somebody said a word,
right?
And not just, and maybe not even us, someone in the chat room.
Yeah.
They'll demonetize that too.
Right. Right.
So that seems to be a place where people are going, and
yeah, it's growing fast. It's really growing fast now.
Because people don't want to be censored
over there. And Odyssey, right?
Yes, we're flashing your pants on Odyssey and library also. I kind of on BitChute also.
Which BitChute is very similar.
Yeah. It's.
But again, they don't have live feed either at this point.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's synced to my YouTube channel, so thank goodness.
Yeah, and that's a good idea, even if you don't care about being monetized, you don't care about censorship, but it's someplace where you can also back up your videos. So if anything happens on YouTube, it crashes, whatever happens, and it does happen from time to time, and they do lose videos. At least it's backed up on these other platforms and these other protocols.
That's why I have exterior hard drives right there, Jack.
There you go.
Actually, I need to buy another one. I got to buy another one, actually. But I got to have that stuff backed up one way or another.
Oh, yeah. Don't drop that on the floor either, your external hard drive. That could wipe it out, too.
No, don't want to do that. Say what?
Only takes once.
Yeah. Careful.
I dropped mine once, but it was okay, thank God. And we have lost videos, due to computers crashing and stuff like that. And once they're gone, they're gone.
Oh yeah, I've lost flash drives or SD cards with videos on it. What I hate, it happened in California for the meet and greet, Jesse. My mic wasn't plugged all the way in. My exterior mic wasn't plugged all the way in to my GoPro and stuff. And I filmed pretty much all day of the meet and greet. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be great footage. And I go put it in, and very little has audio. And I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, we hate that. We hate that. You know, we got all kinds of footage and it's like, oh, this is going to be great. And it's like, what happened? You know, technical difficulties and this and that. You know, we've lost a lot of footage that way.
Wind.
Yeah, wind
Hitting our mics.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
And then we got the
dead rat.
Yeah, the dead
rat.
Cat. It picked up so much that you could hear water in the background. Like it did such a good job that we were overtaken by the water running in the background. So we're like, which one's worse, water or wind? So
yeah. Well, some people like to hear the sound of water, at least. They don't want to hear the wind.
Yeah. Fair enough. And then it sounds like a rushing river, and half the time we're in creeks that are 4 inches deep, you know?
So
said, Ed, you could have just added your own comments to the video.
I thought about that, Ronald. I did thought about that. It's an editing. It's an editing.
Yeah, it's an editing. He's editing that part in now.
It might take a year or two, but it's an editing. You know, to be perfectly honest, that's why I love live streaming so much.
Oh yeah, it's easier. If you can get it started anyway.
I don't know about easier, Jack, because there's a lot of that goes into this weekly show, and you two have started your own live streaming.
Yes.
But it's the community, it's all of you out there, it's the instant interaction.
Right, the interaction.
It's having great guests like you on a weekly basis for the most part.
Yeah.
And there is no editing.
Yeah, that's the thing that's easy. There's no editing. I mean, what's there is there.
I did start a shorts channel though, Jack, but I think I'm gonna X that channel and move all those short clips back to flash in your pan. I'm kind of on the fence with that. But I take it into editing, and then you have to try and pick out the funny spots of the show, and you only want them to be like 5-10 minutes max or something, and that can be hard. But every night when we go off, I cut the fat off of the video. And then I save it to audio, and I upload it to my podcasting site over at anchor.fm.
Okay.
And then I'm go out to like 6 other podcasting sites from there.
Wow.
The link is down in the description below. I try to be. How else do you build?
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I'm not as video and computer savvy as friends like Jared. I'm not as good looking as some, you know. So I gotta do what I can. You know.
Yeah. It's all about the people and the content.
Yeah. Well,
you don't have to be pretty. I've never been pretty.
Yeah. You're right there, John. You're right there. You're right. And I think this show has come a long ways, going on its 4th year.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, absolutely.
4 years.
I think we've even improved that.
I think so. I think so, Jesse.
You improve over time.
A little bit.
You get better at doing it, you know, making it all come together, and because we're finding out how difficult it is to do a live stream, you know, with all the technical difficulties and this, that, and the other thing.
A lot of it is just being comfortable.
Yeah.
Sitting there talking in front of the camera like this.
Right. Oh, I used to have the most terrible butterflies before every show, Jack. Oh my God.
Do you still have them?
I still have them, but they used to be bad. I mean, bad.
Really?
I'd be a nervous wreck before the show. Ask Jesse. Ask Jesse.
Oh,
He'll
yeah?
tell
Wow.
you.
Oh, yeah, when we first started doing our videos, we were stuttering fools, me and him.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Ed, every time, Ed,
Yeah.
if it's not going the way you want it to go, we'll just go to plan B. What's that? Whatever. Just go
Whatever. Hey, Roger James. Sorry I didn't see you earlier. Now, let me see. I saw a remark about our live stream earlier. I think it was either Ron Adams or it was where he was saying that it's looking really good now, like it's come a long ways. I can't scroll back that far. I can't scroll back that far now. But yeah, it's no easy task, and you know, sure I have a heap load of insecurities as it is, and doing this helps those, you know. And like your guys' live stream, I was in your first live stream. I think that was your first live
Yeah, I
stream.
think so. It was.
You guys had your tech issues, which it happens.
Yep.
And
Today.
like today, yeah. But you rolled through them, and
Actually, Bryan helped us out with it.
Yes, he did. Bryan Wilder.
He stayed
Brian's
right there with us.
Bryan.
He said, "I'll help you guys."
Brian's a
Yeah.
good guy.
Oh, he is. A very
I'm
good guy.
surprised he ain't in here now.
Yeah, maybe he'll show up.
He is in Arizona right now, finding those pickers with this gold monster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So he could very well. It's probably just getting dark there now, so
Right.
maybe.
Yeah, should be.
Well, they got snow too, so who knows?
I'm pretty sure it's snow and it's freezing cold there right now.
Yeah, right.
I hope they're doing okay.
Oh, the desert gets freezing at night.
Yeah.
Freezing
Yeah,
at
they got
night.
some snow.
Wonder
They
if.
got a few inches of snow in the desert.
Oh yeah, well. Good thing they're not up in Flagstaff. They'd have feet of snow.
Right.
Wow.
Eric,
My parents live in Taos, New Mexico, and that's a mountainous area. And there's
some good skiing in Taos.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great, beautiful place. But they're used to these snowstorms and getting all this snow in and being hunkered down. But there are other parts of New Mexico that are not okay right now.
Well, you have Taos way up above Albuquerque and the Eagle's Nest, some great skiing, really rugged mountain though. And then you have way down towards the border, you have Carlsbad and stuff where it's a lot warmer. You know, it'd be like compared to Tombstone, Arizona, and Flagstaff. You know,
my one sister lives in Denver, Colorado. They got no snow,
Really?
Wow.
no snow whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
what the hell? Come on, what's going on here, world? What's going on? Oh,
When they had that earthquake in Japan, and they had that the tidal wave or the tsunami.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tsunami.
When that earthquake supposedly tilted the Earth 1 degree.
Yeah.
well,
Imagine
yeah.
what it does to the wind and climate patterns. You
the
know?
the Earth's axles are moving yearly anyway. They move
Right,
a
but
little more.
This was a little more. Yeah, you're right. Because when we go around and we spin and everything, we have a wobble as we spin around and go around and everything. We have a wobble to us.
Right.
But this was a little extra. It actually tilted the whole planet just a little bit more. So we're gonna just go flip over and start over again. So
Yeah.
I think that's the bonus about being in the Midwest. You know, We think
Yeah,
we go both ways. Yeah.
So,
we will be a poll at some point.
I guess we need to stop being I won't say it because I'm sure there's some friends of his here. But let's get back to our guest. Um,
Wait a minute.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, dude, I hear you there. Jersey History Hunter says I have a wobble sometimes too.
hey, Chris, Yeti Mountain Trading. What got you guys into, let's start before YouTube. Let's go to, how'd you catch the bug? How'd you catch gold fever? What got you into looking for Mother Nature's yeller?
Well, I first got started because my grandmother was a rock hound and a prospector. I was 4 years old when I first went on a prospecting trip with her and my grandfather. The whole family went, and we had gone up to Maine, and there was this old hermit that used to live out in the woods up on the east branch of the Swift River. And at that time, he was in his, I believe he was in his 80s. And he lived out in the woods all the time. You know, he wasn't just camping. That's where he lived. He grew a garden, no electricity, stuff like that. But, you know, he prospected for gold every day, practically. Well, maybe not so much in the wintertime, but he was out there all the time. People would go and visit him. They'd learn how to prospect from him. And, you know, that made a huge impression on me. And, you know, I said at that age, I'm like, I'm going to be like that guy. Because he could go right out there and he would find gold, I mean, quick. So I can remember there was some people there and they were trying to find it and they couldn't find it. So, and they were out in the middle of the river. So he just kind of waited out there and he's like, here, let me show you. And, you know, he swirled the pan around and stuff like that. And he's like, right there, that's what you're looking for. And this guy here was, he was from Germany, and his name was Carl Schilling. A lot of people in that region will know who he is. And there's some people have written books and he was in those books. But that definitely left an impression. And then I used to go prospecting as a kid with my grandparents, and we'd prospect in Maine, New Hampshire. And I'd also go rock hounding with my grandmother. She used to also like to dig in cellar holes. So we did a little treasure hunting too. So, you know, then I had, you know, I like poking around, stuff like that. And I had, you know, I used to live in New Hampshire. That's where I was born and raised part of my life, and then moved to New York. And that's when I met Hillbilly John when I was in middle school. And, you know, around here, we used to go out poking around the mountains in the Schwangunks. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those mountains, but it's part of, you know, it's in the Appalachian range. And, you know, we would explore caves and look for treasure. And there's not a whole lot of gold around here, but we would look for, you know, whatever kind of rocks, minerals, or whatever we could find. And, you know, as I got older, you know, I joined the Navy, moved away for a while and stuff like that. Ended up getting a family, and, you know, so I didn't have time for the prospecting at that time. But, you know, eventually got into it. So, John, why don't you tell about how you got into it?
Okay. Well, my uncle Larry was out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he was doing gold for years. And my uncle Stan was doing gold down in Georgia for years. And, you know, like John said, we were always poking around the mountains, you know, exploring, looking for stuff, you know. Could you really find gold or whatever? My uncles were just, you got to come out and do gold. You got to come out and do gold, man. You can really get gold. And, you know, I'm like anybody else. I'm like, oh, come on. You know, you're just joshing me. You know, there's no gold out there. You know what I mean? So finally, my uncle Stan, one year, he just said, you know, you got to come down and really do some gold. If you want to find it, you got to come do it. So I went down there with him, and I hooked up with him down in Georgia, and he had a a high banker. And I started running, you know, he says, it's all yours. Go ahead. It's all set up. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. See if you could find gold. Let's see if you're a prospector material, he said. And I said, okay. So I went to that pile and I was like, okay, man, I was going crazy. I started throwing the dirt in there, watching it come through the riffles, and I'm looking and everything. He goes, oh, you ain't going to see nothing yet. He goes, keep going. You got to, you know, it's a big pile of dirt. Keep going. You know, you're getting gold for both of us today, you know. So I went ahead and I kept shoveling that day, and I worked it the whole day. And at the end of the day, you know, you break down the machine, and he shows me how to break it down and, you know, go back there and start panning. And all of a sudden, you know, he said, it's the last thing you're going to see. Because I kept saying, am I done yet? Am I done? You know, when's it going to show up? He's like, yeah, keep going. So finally I pan it down. I'm like, oh my God. And I run back over to him because I see the gold in the pan. And I'm like, is this what I'm looking for? Is that real gold? Is that real gold? Just tell me it's real gold. And he said, yeah. He said, there you go. There's your first gold. And, you know, when I did that, I automatically thought about Jack back in New York. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to take this file of gold back to Jack in New York, and I'm going to put it underneath his nose. And he's going to go crazy. And it did. He's got gold fever bad, really bad.
Yes. And yeah, it had been a while since we had seen each other, you know, several years. Yeah. And he's like, I got something to show you. So I'm like, yeah, sure, come on over. So he came over. So he gets out of his truck, walks over, look at what I got, and he pulls out a vial of gold. I'm like, where'd you get that? It's like, I found it down in Georgia. Georgia? All right. So when are we going? So, you know, it was later. It was the next spring when we went down to Georgia. But before that, we went to Vermont. Now, my grandmother had passed away, you know, years ago. But when she did, she left me all her prospecting equipment, which was nothing more than, you know, shovel, gold pan, pick, you know, that kind of stuff. And back when I was doing it with her, there were no high bankers, there were no dredges, you know, that I had ever seen. I mean, they were just being invented pretty much at the time, you know. And so we ended up going down to Georgia with his Uncle Stan, and we stayed the weekend. And you know, I seen the high banker, and I'm like, oh, look at this. And you know, the amount of material that we could move, I was so impressed. And then we were at we were at the Loud Mine with a GPAA outing, and they had all different high bankers set up there, different types. They had a trommel, and I made sure I got on every one of them. And we saw one person down there that had a dredge, and we didn't get on it, but we watched them. And it's like, oh, we need to get one of those. So it was like, all right, you know, we got gold, and we were excited, and it really lit the fire. I mean, we were hooked, you know, and so.
He started looking.
Oh yeah.
I was back home working now. I came back out. I'm working. He's looking now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm going out. I'm going to like my grandmother's old stomping grounds, you know.
Loud Mine in Georgia's in Cleveland is a pretty nice LDMA camp too.
Yes, it is nice.
We stayed there, Jesse.
We went there. It was a nice place.
Yep.
Yeah, we enjoyed it there.
They run a good show.
Yeah.
You know, I get to learn all the different gold machines.
Yeah, you had the different companies there and stuff like that, different vendors
With
their equipment.
We were on kind of like our own tour. We didn't go for like a GPAA outing at a LDMA camp. We went down to Dahlonega to meet up with Michael from ipanforgold.com, and we stayed in Cleveland at the Loud Mine. Then we were on our way to an OSPA outing held at Vane Mountains LDMA camp.
Right.
And we kind of made a nice loop. So
nice.
We did a little tour of that area down there from Dahlonega and all those places. We hit
Coker Creek, Tennessee. Didn't like it where we were at though. and it's, you know, it's all private property like most all the East Coast. And so we weren't sure where we could go, and we needed to get to Dahlonega and Cleveland area anyway. So we headed down that way. But yeah, Coker Creek, Dahlonega, Cleveland, Georgia, through South Carolina to North Carolina to Vane Mountain, and spent way too much time at Thermal City. Sorry, JP. Uh,
Well, we spent a little time there.
yeah, we had a great time nonetheless.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about it. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, it's a beautiful area though. But and while we were down there, we went into Dahlonega, and we went to the old country store. I bought a new pan there. Now my grandmother's pan was an old metal one, right? And so while I was there at the old country store, I got a plastic black pan, and it had like large riffles in it, and it had a set of small riffles.
Right.
And you know, I thought that was a major improvement to that metal pan. You know, it's a pan with riffles, and you know, and that pan was made by or maybe not made by them, but sold by S-Wing. And that's like my favorite pan because it's black and the gold really pops in it. I like the green pans too, but I'm really fond of the black one. But and then from there we went over and checked out that museum,
Oh
Gold
yeah.
Museum. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, you got to hit the museum for sure if you're down there.
yeah,
definitely.
and you know, they looked at us like, "Are you guys here prospecting?" They were watching us. I'm like, "Well, these guys think we're going to steal something here? Do we look like thugs or bums or what?" They're like, "Are you guys prospectors?" Yeah. Oh, well, we're going to give you the special tour of that. So they took us all around and showed us some things that, you know, not everybody gets to see. And so that was pretty cool. And, but, you know, on the way back home, Hillbilly John is like, "We're going to get one of them dredges." I'm like, "All right, that sounds good."
That's funny. When Ed and I were down there at the museum,
Yeah.
we wanted to be tour guides.
Oh, yeah.
You know, started getting questions about this and that. We wound up being the tour guides.
Yeah, it was funny, but what was did you make it over to Tammy and Tony's place at Croissant?
Yes, we did. Yeah,
Uh,
we went there and
Yeah, we know
I-
Tammy.
yep.
Did you challenge Tammy to a speed?
I was gonna
know
bring
better.
that up. Our friend
At that time,
Michael,
I knew better than to do that. We were
Em-
just starting.
MDV did that, and she let us bring in the SGS 1 inch, the gold snare 1 inch into the panning area, and let Jesse run it until some of the clients were kind of bitching. Why do they get to have that and do that and blah, blah, blah. And he was just demonstrating it to Tammy. But I guess MDV from My Pen for Gold has been going there for years. And sorry, Mike, I love you, brother, but he had the cojones to challenge her to a speed panning. And I'm like, my money's on Tammy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
There it is. What?
it was as bad as a defeat as Kevin Hoagland with Dennis Dayton. Oh.
Yeah. What? Ooh, you're cold. Go lay down. Go.
Uh-oh, dog putting her cold nose to your leg.
Whole body. She just came in.
Oh, okay. But
Oh, okay, well, I guess we should ask this question, Laura Williams.
I'd also like to know this. This is a great newbie question. This is a good one.
Okay,
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. I think we can all say, is gold the same color no matter where you find it? No.
That's right. No.
No.
Well, what can you expect to see then? What are you looking for you know,
Well,
other
just
than,
because it depends on what minerals are it's associated with in that
Yeah, it
area.
depends how much
Right.
copper's in it or how
Right.
much silver and
Silver,
other minerals. It
Either
could
way,
be,
it's going to look gold, but there's
yeah.
different tints to it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and you can almost tell from what part of the country it's from.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can tell Alaska gold from California gold from New England gold, but
Georgia
most of the-
gold. And,
I think most of the gold, even between, you know, throughout the Appalachians, are all pretty much look very similar, almost the same, because they're all like, you know, whether you're in Maine or Georgia, it's like 96% pure.
right, right. Compared to like some of California where you'll be pulling out 18 karat.
Right.
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 And that's like where that Yuba dirty gold is. You know, it's a lighter gold because the carat is a lower carat compared to the Carolinas and the southeast Georgia, which that area has some of the purest gold in the world.
Yeah.
what is,
All except for Utah. Utah has no gold.
Yeah,
It's,
so there's
Yeah, that's what I
it's
hear.
all in the Mormon church.
is 24 karat the highest gold there is? 24 carats of that?
I don't think you'll ever find 24 karat in the wild.
But yes, it is.
It is the purest, yes.
Right.
That's when you're gonna smelt it down and get all the other stuff out of it, is when you
You're
get
gonna-
the 24 karat.
Right. That's what you're going for. Yeah, it's 24 karat.
Hold on really second. I got a super chat from our good friend Bob Drake.
What's up, Bob?
Yeah, you
Thanks
remember
for the
Bob
super
Drake,
chat.
Billy, that sand sifter.
Oh, how's it
Um,
going, Sand Sifter?
they must be only finding wood on Oak Island. Love you down east detecting and prospecting. Thank you very much.
Bob, also known as Square Nails.
Yes.
Yes, because he finds square nails everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of his videos, which I probably should comment more on. I really need to comment on more videos I watch. But he does find his silver. I know a park he goes to, it seems like he's always finding silver at that park in Maine.
So he's moved on from square nails. Right? He's gotten better.
Well, you know, square nails, that's antiquity. It ain't like your
Great, great for magnet fishing. We love square nails.
Square nails matter, he says.
yeah. Square nails matters, definitely. Okay. Hey Jesse, I got an idea for a shirt, buddy. Square nails matter.
Okay.
But so what made you guys start? You've given us a little background on your prospecting and how you got in it. What made you guys decide to share your lifestyle with the world?
Well, even before all the gold shows, you know, we were sitting around the campfire and, you know, talking, boy, we got to share this with the world, right? It's like, this would make a great TV show. And so.
Unlike other TV shows, right?
Yeah, that was before Gold Rush started. I mean,
Okay.
there was the GPAA show there, Gold Fever.
Right.
But not a lot of people got that. I mean, I used to get it once in a while on cable TV. I didn't always get it, but I could get it sometimes. Yeah. And so it's like, maybe we can get a TV show going or something. And it's like, how are we going to do that? Well, let's start with YouTube. So that's how we got started on YouTube. And, you know, we just wanted to share it. We like to, you know, let people know that there is gold out there to be found, that this is a great adventure. It's a great hobby. And, you know, it's family oriented. It can be, or
Right.
you know, it don't have to be. But you meet a lot of good people out there. I mean, we've met some of the greatest people that we've ever met out on the river, you know, and people associated with prospecting of all kinds, whether they're prospecting for gold or gems or, you know, whatever. Everybody's very friendly. Seldomly have I come across anybody that's not friendly. Everybody wants to help. And, you know, I get out there on the river, I see people out there, you know, I go see, hey, what are you guys finding? And, you know, they usually show you and, you know, what kind of equipment you run in, what do you got going on there? And they're always, you know, always somebody there willing to help you. And we want to share that. And, you know, but everything that we shoot, as you know, don't make it on there because of one thing or another, as we were kind of discussing earlier. You know, so that's kind of how we got started with the YouTube. And our first videos were really terrible. We had we were using analog equipment.
Everybody's
You know?
first videos are terrible.
But
God,
it's
I
like,
know mine are.
you know, we're getting better all the time.
That's
You
the
know,
process.
we started out with analog equipment, you know, and shooting an analog and then converting it to digital and then uploading it. But then we got digital cameras and stuff. We get better equipment. We upgrade now and then. We just upgraded again. But which we're going to be using some new cameras.
Nice.
Yeah.
But we were trying to, you know, show people what equipment where to go to do gold. Because when you're just starting out, you don't know where to go.
Right.
You're like, where do we go do gold now? Now we got a machine. Where are we going now? And show people the machine that we're using. You know, show them how we're running it, and you know what we're getting at the end of the day. This is what we're getting on the stream. This is what we're doing, and keeping it live. I believe in keeping it live. You know, I mean, I don't like any garbage. You know, and we also like to, you know, review a lot of the products and, you know, see what everybody else is using and what works and what doesn't work, because that's important. When you're a prospector, you want to get as much gold as possible. You don't want to wash it back down in the stream.
So we got another question here from Willie, who's a noob. Noob question. What is the best type of equipment to use?
Oh, that can be a tough one.
That depends on where you're doing gold.
Let's say you're brand new. I mean, regardless of where you're at, you're brand new and you want to try it for the first time.
Get a gold pan in a snuffer bottle.
Yes, in a snuffer bottle.
And
then graduate.
Yeah, sorry.
Then graduate to a sluice box.
That's right. Then if you don't mind the work, and Willie, it's work. It's a labor of love.
It is.
Get a gold pan, snuffer bottle, learn how to use it well. It all begins with the pan and it ends with the pan.
Oh,
yeah, no matter.
True. Yep.
Yeah, no matter what equipment, if you're running a dredge, a sluice box, a high banker, at the end of the day, you're still panning.
So
Yeah.
Let me give you one thing that I think is really important in the whole process of this. Your cheapest investment is going to be a 1-year membership to a local gold club. That way, you can go to this gold club, be around people who know how to do it and who 9 out of 10 times are willing to show you.
And use their equipment.
All you need is a pan and a shovel to get started. If you go do that, join a club and hang out with those people on the weekends and learn what you can, that'll just eliminate, you know, years of trying to learn on your own and watching YouTube. Watching YouTube is great and it gives you an idea, but experience is the best thing that's going to teach you.
That's right.
So that's why I always, when I talk to people who are squatting to get into it, to me, I think the best thing you can do, the cheapest thing, is join a club for at least your first year.
That's always great advice. You're right, Jesse. And plus, it gives you property to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Even if it's just a small local club that has permission on a little creek that has some gold on it, it will get you around those people that know how to do it and will pass it on to you. Because I have yet to meet anybody who's been a a jerk about trying to show me something new. Even when I first started, I mean, they just took me in. Actually they screwed me over. They they made me what was that called, Ed?
Uh,
The
not claims director.
claim.
You took care of the common dig though.
I did the common digs. Didn't know how to even look for gold. They said, you will.
You will, and you
Burn you right in the
did.
fire.
Right. You know, like just think of all the things that you've been hearing, what you've learned, and trying to do this, and apply that to the creek. Look, and then pick a spot. Have the people dig there. See how you do.
Don't
I always did great.
don't be afraid to ask stupid questions. You know,
Exactly.
there's no such thing. And as everybody's talked about in this community, I mean, we have yet to find somebody who's a jerk, and I'm sure there's a few out there, but for the most part, if you ask these questions, if you ask these new questions, you're going to get answers. They're going to be happy to help you out. They want to continue passing on knowledge. They want you to learn what they know so people can continue to do this. It's, you know, it's something to pass on to future generations. So
That's right.
don't be afraid to ask. Yeah.
Yeah. So
dumb
that's.
questions.
I know a lot of people don't like to join clubs because all the politics, and I understand that, and they're right. But for a newbie, I think that's the best thing you could do. It doesn't have to be the GPAA, although that would be bad if you got a local chapter. Well, any local gold club in your area, and there's probably one in every state somewhere, you know. And they're, trust me, they'll really take your money and teach you. You know, so but it's a good way because, like I said, not only the gold community, but like the treasure hunting community in general is like that. It never, you know, it's everything, you know, all the different types of treasure hunting. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead. I'm trying to behave tonight.
So when you guys talk about just getting a pan and going at it, you're talking about, do you guys just shovel dirt right into that pan and then go for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right into your pan. That's
sometimes you might want to screen it. You might want to use
a classifier, definitely.
Right. Use a classifier. That helps. That speeds up the process a little bit. Although, you know, once you get better at it, you know, you can put in all, you know, whatever material you can classify right in the pan. But that definitely helps when you're new.
And then again, too, it depends. It depends on what your purpose is. Are you going out there just to have a pleasant, enjoyable afternoon on the river painting for a little gold? Or are you going out there to bust your butt and work all day for a little gold? Right. You know? Because there's always going to be just a little gold.
Yeah. Do you want a good workout, or do you want to just kind of lay in the sun?
A little one.
Right.
Just sit on the side drinking your beer mostly.
It is.
That's about right.
That's good.
Then that's your goal, and that's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. If it's just a matter of getting out into nature, I mean, that's the excuse. You're sitting on a river, your feet are in the water.
Hang out with friends. Yeah.
Because I've seen them all. I've seen guys just go out there just to hang out. I've seen people go out there to bust their butt. And I've seen people go out there just to, you know, dip their pan in and get a little gold for the day without a lot of hard work, but enjoy themselves. So, you know, it just depends on what your ultimate goal is.
Oh, yeah. But I can tell you, once you see that yellow, you're going to want more. So you're gonna put the work in.
And there is no cure.
You know, it's fever is real.
And I think it's a gateway too.
Oh yeah.
You know, you start hearing about gemstones in the water, and
it's a gateway. It's a great gateway addiction.
Went from pan to sluice to dredge.
Yeah, high banker, you name it.
Like that, I'm there.
They tease me about bringing way too much with me, John, and it's like I load up all my shit and beep in my truck, and But hey, it saved us a couple of times, hasn't it, Jesse? You
Stuff, but I just say, oh man, you gotta carry all that. Yeah, okay. So
I bought a bigger truck because of prospecting.
Oh yeah.
The biggest truck I could get. I'm not kidding, guys. Ask Jack. He'll tell you.
Oh yeah.
Gotta have contingencies, John. Gotta have contingencies.
Dual cabby, 8-foot bed.
Yep.
Yep. Make sure I carry everybody back to town so we can get something to eat when it gets cold and rainy.
Yeah.
Not so nice.
Okay. No who
So
wants to
Lee Duncan has another question. I think it's for the whole panel, but I'm gonna let our guests hit this one. They're from more of that area. Best place to dredge in New England.
New Hampshire and Maine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because you can't dredge in Vermont.
You can't dredge in Vermont.
And technically in Vermont, you can't even sluice without a permit, and I hear the
Right.
permit is terribly hard to get.
It
Yeah.
is.
You
I
heard
mean,
right.
you can get a runaround if you don't know just exactly how to apply for it. And, because I've heard a lot of stories from people trying to get a permit there. But like in New Hampshire, you need a permit. For people that's out of state, it costs $50. For people that are residents of New Hampshire, it's $25. In Maine, it's free. And there's certain rivers in Maine where you're not allowed to dredge. But there's a lot of free and open space there that is available for dredging, prospecting, stuff like that.
And let's remind everybody, it's your responsibility to know the rules, regulations, and laws. And if you're on open public land or private land, and if you're on private, please, for the sake of our lifestyle, have written permission.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then also like in New Hampshire in the White Mountains, you used to be able to sluice there, but you can't no more. They're working on that, I guess. I'm hearing. I know they've had some public hearings and meetings and stuff talking about getting sluicing back, but there will be maybe a permitting process. There is a permitting process now for panning, even in the White Mountain National Forest. Permit's free, but there's one of the ranger stations you must go to in order to get it. I can't remember offhand which one that is. I don't recall. I don't even want to say it, but you can find it on their website. If you go to the White Mountain National Forest and look at gold prospecting and rock and mineral hunting, it's all like together. And then you'll click on the gold prospecting. They'll tell you about the permit for the White Mountain National Forest.
So one of the things that these new people, Laura, Willie, Lee, need to understand is you're responsible for knowing what rules and regulations are in your state, your county, your city. So one of the best things you can do once you get started and you decide to do this is research. Research
right.
the law. You look at your local DNR laws. Find out where you can and can't, and then find out where they've already found gold. If you can find out where they've already found gold and you can go there, go there.
Yeah, research, like winners, take your time to research.
That's right.
Mining history. Like I was in Digging with Deeja's live stream earlier, and she was talking about coal mining history in the United States. It was a great live stream, Deej. But along with coal mining, gold mining also built the country from New England to the Carolinas, from sea to shining sea,
That's right.
Oh yeah, prospectors opened up the country.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Where it started.
And Laura, we have all your gold down here in Ohio now.
And the one thing that people need to remember too about prospecting is everything in your life, everything that you use and see, look around your room, has either been mined or grown.
That's right. That's right.
You know, again, another question. What will happen to you? This is from Philip Keel. What will happen to you if you don't have a permit? Again, do your research, because every state, every county, every locality is different. They, you know, one state might, you know, draw and quarter you. Another one might slap you on the wrist.
A lot of times they'll take everything you own to do with prospecting, and a lot of times your vehicle.
Yeah, your vehicle also.
And they'll give you a big fat frickin' fine.
Big fine.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And with in the West, any claim without permission of the claim jumping is a Class A felony.
Wow.
So, and it can get you shot too.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
these private properties, guys. Yeah, that's, you know, Ansel and I worry a lot about, I mean, so and maybe you guys can help me out here. In the Midwest or the St. Louis area where I'm at, private property is marked with purple paint.
Oh,
You guys have the same thing?
No, I've never seen that.
That's big down in the southeast, like JP's neighborhood. That's worse than a no trespassing sign. That's like if you come on, you're getting shot.
Yeah, you will be shot. It's like you don't mess with the purple paint. And a lot, it turns out, I had recently talked about it in one of our last videos. I think it was the last one. I had a lot of people say, well, what does purple paint mean? What are you talking about? And it means no. Don't even bother.
Yeah.
Don't go to places that you don't know who owns the property, guys. Don't even, it's not worth the risk. They will shoot you.
It's even here in Indiana and Ohio now. They're starting to use it too. And it's like, you can get around a no trespassing sign maybe without getting shot.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's purple paint, expect lead or salt. Yep. One of the two.
That's good to know.
Stay away from the purple
Yeah, first time I heard about the purple paint, I'll remember that.
Oh, you've never heard about that? No, it means private property, no trespassing. And where they have purple paint, they have the ability to shoot you.
Yeah, and they will. I've learned that it's I've been told by a few people that people will pull down trespassing signs and then say, "Oh, I never saw it." So they bypass that with paint, which you know, as long as they keep up with it, you're not getting rid of the purple paint.
Yeah. Wow.
That's all there is in this state I live in, is pissed off farmers. Where's that? Iowa?
I'm pretty sure Willie's in Kansas.
Kansas? Okay.
Willie, I'm so sorry if I got that wrong. He's told me like 10 times.
And
Carolina Prospector.
Yeah, but I don't think that's Bill Brewer.
No? Okay. Or is it?
Carolina Prospector, are you our friend, Bill Brewer? I did talk to him on the phone today because our friend NorCal Prospecting sent me a little package for door prizes, and he bought it from our friends down at Carolina Prospectors.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Adam, what's up?
Okay, I didn't think it was. I thought it was a different Carolina Prospector. Thank you, JP. Purple, yeah, Willie's in Kansas. Magi says there's purple paint in West Virginia. That makes sense. Yes, David B. Rock salt is a beep. I got rock salt in the butt in a farm field in Anaheim, California, believe it or not, when there were still orange groves and strawberry patches there. It hurts.
All right.
Deej, I don't know. Do you understand what we mean about purple paint? You have purple paint, question mark. It's pretty much a no trespassing sign.
And it's on the trees, guys. She asked.
Trees, fence posts, whatever.
Yep.
Yes, Jeff, we do have gold porn tonight. GoPro Unlimited. And since you brought it up, let me pin up Hillbilly John, and he can show off some gold porn.
Oh, gold porn.
All porn has a little backstory.
Can you see that good enough there?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Look at them nice
Oh my
pieces.
goodness. Yeah.
That'll whet the appetite and make you get back on one gold. I'm in the snow right now. I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah, it's too cold.
Show him the other one. The one you got on the side there.
Oh, this is the one that we got 2 years ago. Oh, well, it was 2 years in that we went up to New Hampshire and got this one. 1 gram nugget.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Make a beautiful necklace out of that.
Almost looks
Oh,
like,
yeah.
almost looks a little bit like New Hampshire.
No, it looks like Bigfoot footprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, you're right. It does look a little bit like a Bigfoot imprint.
Yeah.
Maybe he was there somewhere watching us.
Yeah.
Bryan, you didn't get that one, buddy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all like gold porn, evergreen
Oh, yeah.
prospectors.
Yeah, warms your blood up. Whew.
Mhm.
Keeps everybody motivated.
That's
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Megan says, "Hey, I dropped that."
Yeah, bet she did. The whole thing, I bet. But
you were following
asking
me.
before. You were asking before about like what was our worst experience that me and Jack had
Yeah.
being in our ventures and not, being newbie prospectors, first time out. We went up to Maine in May, right, John? Jack?
Yeah.
And we learned a valuable lesson. And I'll let you fill them in a little bit more, John, of how you almost got hypothermia on me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was the end of May in Maine. We get up there. It's our first time out with a dredge. And so we get up there and there's still snow in the woods, still in like the shady areas.
Well, of
Water was
course.
freezing. It had to be like 48 degrees, the water. But it's like, I got a wetsuit on. I got in the water anyway. I stayed in the water, It wasn't like, we're going to quit because it's cold. We kept at it. And, I stayed in so long that it was like hypothermia was definitely setting in.
His lips were purple.
Oh, yeah. But that wasn't the most valuable lesson I learned on that trip. I learned also, too, you don't piss in your wetsuit. It would be like, I'd go in the wetsuit and it's like, oh, that warms me up. And I figured it'd just flush out. Well, guess what? It don't go nowhere. After several days of that, I had a rash all the way around my body from my nipples all the way down to my knees. And it's like, oh my God, don't ever do that.
Well, when I used to surf, I'd pee in my wetsuit quite a bit, but it's kind of different because every time I would duck dive under a wave, I'd get new water going into my wetsuit.
Yeah.
And so it kind of wash out, but I could understand you're sitting there, you have booties on your wetsuit, you're in a 5 mil or a 7 mil Farmer John, you're like, oh, that's
You couldn't
nice
take it
and
off.
warm.
There's no taking that off.
It's nice and warm, and then I could see how it. Yeah. If you're dredging, don't pee in your wetsuit. That's.
Yeah, that was a lesson, a life lesson for sure.
Sucks to be a badass, huh?
Yeah. Well, we wanted to beat everybody else up to the gold, and we beat ourselves up.
Yeah,
It was cold and freezing. Let me tell you, it was not warm at all. Maine is a hard place to prospect.
A lot. There's a lot of places like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard there though. Very, very hard in Maine. It's the weather changes so quickly.
Yeah.
And I mean, the one time we went up, it rained for what, 13 days straight, John?
Yeah, we were there for 16 days. It rained for 14. And it rained. It poured. We that time there, we almost lost a dredge.
Yep.
There's been a few times where we almost lost it because it, started pouring and the river
Always.
came up so quick. There was another time, this would have to be the scariest time, would be, there was Hurricane Irene, I think.
Yes.
It was after Hurricane Irene and then Tropical Storm Lee came through. Well, we were there in the river when Tropical Storm Lee came through and the whole sky turned like brown and it looked like tornado weather, I mean, the clouds started swirling and swirling. I was like, oh boy, got real windy. And then thunder and lightning like you wouldn't believe. And then it started pouring. And it was, raining, pouring, and, trying to hunker down by this log so we don't get struck by lightning or anything. But you could see the river coming right up. It's like, oh, we got to rescue that dredge because it was right out in the middle.
Mhm.
So, we were kind of worried that we might not make it out of that one with the way the lightning was striking everything, But once we got a break from that lightning, we went out there, got the dredge, we pulled it in, and we saved it. And we ended up, once the rain stopped, we put it back out there, but we had to get through the rapids. There was a little eddy in the middle. And again, we almost lost it then trying to get through the rapids with it, but we anchored it down to a big boulder and we were pretty good to go from there. But that was
We
pretty
actually
scary.
lost our hose though. Remember?
Yeah, that was on another one. That was another time. That was another time with a lot of rain. It was there. We were way up in the mountains. It was long. We had to cross the river in order to get on a trail and then travel down. But we had to go down over the mountain to get to the river. And we ended up having the river was too flowing too fast for us to get across. And so we ended up having to walk in. We get in there, the hose was gone. We couldn't see it. But so we had some clothesline and tied it around my waist and lowered me out there. And I had a rake and I hooked the handle of it just by luck, pulled it in, and we were able to save that. But a lot of people do lose their dredges out there when these rains come. They get all beat up, and some people don't even find them.
You have to be aware of what kind of stream and creek or river you're working in. Some go up quick, some don't. Down in Alabama, we were at Lou's place. They would release the gates in the dam, and you'd get about a 5-minute warning. It's time to get out. There was something I saw here a minute ago. Hang on. Oh, our buddy here, Bryan's in the room. Bryan Wilder, what's up?
Hey,
Just showed up.
Bryan.
Huh?
So guys, you talked about scary water experiences. What about animal? You had any, crushes with scary animals?
Not really anything big. I was having lunch one day and we had cans of tuna fish. And this, I guess it was a mink, popped up out of this hole and was running towards the smell, running like right at me. And it realized, hey, that's a human there. And then shot off the other way.
It wasn't a dead fish.
Yeah. What about supernatural or paranormal? Any Bigfoots? Any?
Seen a lot
No
of big moose
Bigfoots.
tracks.
No Squatch, huh?
No.
It's a good thing. I've heard stories about them taking minors for sex slaves.
Oh boy. I'm glad
There,
it didn't
no,
happen to us.
literally stories
Heard a lot of
of British Columbia about minors being taken as sex slaves. Oh, God.
Yikes.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta deathly shiver from my tip of
Well,
my
we've
hair
seen
to my
bears up there, of
toe
course.
thinking about that.
Yeah, so I
They,
would say,
we saw the bears up there and stuff like that, and we had moose run through the campsite at night, but we didn't see them in the daytime. They stay pretty hidden.
they don't
You
want to
know,
hear.
they're not really aggressive like the Alaskan moose are. The Alaskan moose are much more aggressive.
So Ed, are you saying Bigfoot's gay?
I was just typing to answer that. No, from what I read, it was a female squatch. The male squatch captured the minor and forced him to have sex with the female squatch.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, boy.
Hey, I believe it was at around the Prete Lakes, I believe, above Vancouver, in that area.
Squatches have what are those called? Not I got a brain fart. Where they like something real bad.
Stanky.
No.
Fetish?
Fetish. Thank you. So squatches have too. Daddy likes to watch Mama Squatch get it on with humans. What?
I guess so. Maybe he videotapes it saves it for later. I don't know.
I need proof. I want some proof.
Yeah, they got their
I
own.
don't think I'd want to see that.
No. I think it would make you world famous and a millionaire, but
Man, how did we wind up there?
I don't know. Left
Joe went to the
turn.
left.
Left turn.
Went down the gutter, dude. That's the
Where'd it go?
That came from the
Oh my
paranormal.
Yeah, paranormal right there.
Oh, man. There we go.
Oh my goodness. I saw my first moose ever in Maine. I was working on some house cabins on Lake Winnipesaukee, and we went over to Maine to a fellow carpenter's house, and I saw my first moose in Maine. Have you ever had any dangerous encounters with like mooses?
No,
No.
we know to respect them.
Yeah, did you see Hit-Me's? He says he has a squat suit if you're into that.
Sex squatch.
Oh, boy. Sex squatch. Oh, man.
How do we get to this, guys? How do we get to this?
Yeah.
Oh, left turn. Okay, let's get back on track.
Okay, go story.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna call?
What about running across anybody untowards? Anybody that made you feel uncomfortable? Whether it's they knew you or they didn't want you near them, or you guys have to deal with any grumpy people?
This show.
No.
No,
No, most of the time, me and Jack just run right up on people, and we're like, "Hey, how you doing? what kind of gold you getting?"
Seems to be
You know?
everybody's pretty darn friendly. I don't think it's always the case, but for the most part, I think it's just a friendly.
Well, some of them don't want to share all their gold with you
Yeah.
because they don't want you in their spots. They're like, "Yeah, we're doing okay.
We understand that.
We're doing okay.
Yeah.
We'll see you later." You know,
Couple
some
of
guys-
specs.
I can't say about everybody. Some of the guys just whip it out and they're like, "This is what I got," and you're like, "Whoa, dude, you're doing good."
Don't fill in your hole.
Yeah.
I'll be jumping in there when you leave.
We've seen some guys get some nice nuggets up in Maine. A lot of nice nuggets.
Yeah, Bryan likes to do that. He'll pour all his gold out in a pan. Oh, look what I got.
Yeah.
Oh, not that Brian Wilder guy. No.
Yeah. And I watch all kinds of I watch all the gold videos from everybody
Yeah.
up there. I love them. I love watching guys do gold, see where they're going. You know, that's where you find out a lot of your info.
Well, and you pick up little bits of information here and there from everybody, if you're paying
Yeah.
attention. Just that one little trick that'll help you with your prospecting. So, you're all, we just asked you about scary and dangerous and all that stuff. Have you ever come onto a place that was just so incredible? So, just you've never seen anything like this before,
I mean, as far as scenery,
scenery, things like, I don't know. I just had to throw a different type question in there this time.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I got to say that we have seen a lot of quite a few areas like in Maine and stuff that are really very natural, very, I don't know, very wild, I guess you would say.
A spot that you go, wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's been a few of those.
Yeah. I just love running into that kind of spot, get some good pictures and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I went.
All right, guys. So bucket list areas where so you have all the money in the world, you have no limitations. Where are you guys going to find gold?
Australia.
Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska and Australia.
We're trying to make that Alaska thing happen.
Yeah, Alaska would be nice, but that's more doable than Aussie land. So I would say Aussie and dredging in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah, metal detecting in Australia and dredging in New Zealand would be awesome.
Yeah, because I'm not sure
metal
about.
detected in Australia is a good one. I like that.
I don't think I'd have to work on getting more connections in Zealand and Kiwi land, but I think I have some places I could couch surf in Tasmania and mainland Australia though. So I
Nikki B says she'll show us around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, no dredging allowed. That's why I'm saying dredging in New Zealand.
Metal detecting Australia.
You guys only do the gold prospecting? You guys ever look for gemstones when you're out?
Tombstones?
Gemstones.
Oh, gemstones. Yeah. Like sometimes when we're tired of being in the rain, we'll go in. We've gone to mines in Maine, and there's a nice pegmatite belt that runs across through Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine.
Oh,
there's been a lot of
pegmatite.
mining. Yeah, and you can find a lot of different gems in the pegmatite
Rubies
belt.
and
Yeah, mostly there's the big one is tourmaline.
okay.
I love
There's beryl, which aquamarine, apatite, plus your smoky quartz and stuff like that.
Appetite sure gives me an appetite.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
a lot of the ones in Maine too, you are free to go in that we found.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you do anything else besides? Do you do metal detecting or anything?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We don't have any videos of it, but yes, we do metal detect. And
Ever given magnet fishing a go?
no, I
Nope.
wouldn't mind giving that a try though.
Think you guys-
I just might try that.
Yeah.
Go check out their videos. The Treasure Vixens got a lot of videos, a lot of cool stuff, and they're funny as hell.
We think we're funny.
They're funny too.
You guys are great.
Yeah, you guys do a good job. You got a lot of people following you. So that's cool.
You're
that's
growing
good.
awesome.
Any plans of doing metal detecting videos?
Yeah, we actually tried one once, and it's just a dreary, rainy day, and it the footage was just not up to par.
So if you do go out metal detecting, what are you planning on looking for? Are you planning on looking for relics? You plan on looking for, colonial, or just everything and anything?
Pretty much almost everything and anything, but specifically an eye out for relics, silver, any type of stuff like that. We do find silverware, forks and stuff like that sort of stuff. we have found, some relics, old locks, old,
Yeah.
a lot of old this, that, and everything, cut nails, tons of cut nails out there.
Yeah,
You
tons
wanna
of
try
square
and-
nails.
Oh, no wonder
Lots of
Bob
square
finds
nails.
so many.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of along with the colonial history you could find up in New England, from the Hudson Bay Company to early settlers,
Oh, yeah.
would be really cool.
Stuff like battlegrounds and things like that, if you can locate it where you are allowed to go on. Now, like in New York State, you can't keep anything that's more than 25 years old, where, most of the rest of the country is 50 years, the antiquity law, where New York is up the ante to 25 years.
What do you mean? Find what? Well, according to New York legislation or New York rules that are still on the books, New York owns any gold you find also.
Right.
Yeah.
They do.
So it's the crown's gold. So prospectors in New York, if you're ever asked, did you find any gold? Say no, I catch and release.
That's right. That's what we say.
If I lived in New York, I'd be the worst gold prospector there was.
Yeah, no doubt. I got skunked again. Just gotta be careful about that nose growing. So
I learned so much from you guys. Catch and release. I like that.
Yeah.
Chicken salad's in the silver bowl, right? Yeah.
Can you guys metal detect for gold in your area? Is that a real thing? Didn't was it Jess or Ed that found the gold nugget metal detecting? Was it one of you guys?
all three of us,
All three.
We
all
all
on
did.
the same day.
Wow.
There's plenty for it.
So yeah, can you guys find nuggets in the ground where you're at?
You probably could. We haven't tried it because usually the gold is so fine that it won't pick it up, and it's oftentimes pretty deep. But I mean, it's doable.
Oh yeah, I've seen all that real fine gold, that Bryan Wilder finds. But I have to admit, he's a dredging machine, and him and Alex work really hard for that.
Oh yeah, they do.
But to find any gold, it's work, plain and simple. But yeah, so for the most part, fine gold's plentiful. It's everywhere.
You got to move those boulders. You don't move no boulders, you don't get no big gold.
Right. I just watched a video from Two Toes about that today.
How to move boulders?
It was his rigging, showed his rigging. But yeah.
Are you joking? Do you guys move boulders?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
put a rope around it and tie it to the back of your giant truck, or what do you do?
You got big crowbars.
Wow.
And
Big
brute
crowbars. We've used winches and stuff like that. Put straps around them. We've moved them that way. Now,
Rock
Bryan Wilder,
nets.
he's got a nice setup.
Oh yeah, that chainsaw motor winch he has.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
nice.
machine right there.
Do you guys have all your fingers and all of your toes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We smashed them though.
Oh yeah.
We smashed them.
I guess that's a great question, is what kind of injuries have you, you obviously hypothermia was an issue, but have you guys broken any bones? Have you?
Haven't broken any bones
No,
yet.
we
Smashed
haven't broken
fingers,
bones,
that's about
but-
it.
Might have cracked them a little bit.
It don't feel good when your fingers between two boulders. It don't feel good.
Thanks. Yeah,
No.
Get that dull thud and it's like, oh.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you're messing with the boulders because you can get seriously hurt.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you could be in the death zone, like when we were on the boat ramp. Remember, Rose? They talked about the death zone. It wouldn't be quite as bad, but it will still flip and hurt you if you get hurt. You get a chain snap or a strap snap, and that cable, depending how long it is, coming back at you if you're in that area. And, there's the possibility of being trapped underwater or even above,
Yeah.
by boulders moving.
Gosh, guys, you're talking about flooding and moving boulders around. That's terrifying.
Well, we tried to make sure that the hole is open up top, and then it's coming down at an angle,
Yeah.
so that the rocks can't come down and pin you.
Yeah, I
They
have
can't
had
catch your arm. And
I have had rocks come down, and they have kind of like, the hole's big enough where it just kind of pushed me out of the way. I got lucky.
Wow.
It could have, if it came down, it would have definitely pinned me and possibly, break something, break an arm, break a rib or something. But I know prospectors that have had their ribs broken with boulders falling on them.
and your tender, the guy that's above, is the one that's your eyes, because you're underneath the water. You can't see, hear, or nothing. So your tender is very important. And I mean, I can trust Jack with my life, and that's why he is my partner in doing gold.
You have to
Gotta
be
have a good
able,
partner.
you have to be able to trust your partner with your life, especially if you're doing a lot of underwater dive and dredging. But then again, you have to be aware of your surroundings when you're down in the hole and terrace it off and not just dig to China or coyote hole under a boulder or something.
Yeah.
I've known people that lost their lives prospecting in coyote holes.
Yeah.
That's crazy, guys. I didn't know it was so extreme.
Well, you do anything stupid, it's dangerous. There's a smart way to walk across the street, and there's a retarded way to walk across the street.
Yeah.
Do you guys communicate to each other via radio then? So we've got somebody underwater and somebody up top, or do you guys have a rope that you pull on? How do you try to communicate with each other?
I just grab a hold of his foot. Most of the time his foot's sticking up, and I give him a couple pats, and he knows something's wrong.
Right.
Either his air's off or the engine shut down. So that.
One of you is typically underwater while the other one is above water.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then that person that's, above water is looking out for those wild animals, the bears,
Yeah.
that sort of stuff, moose and whatever.
And you
It
have
could
to
hurt
watch
us.
out for flash floods too, because
Yeah.
up there it can rain miles away, and if somebody's not paying attention, that water comes down and catches you on the river.
Oh yeah, we can have that same here, rain miles upriver or upstream, and it ain't fun when you have a torrent of water, a wall of water coming down. I got into a habit of pulling my stuff out of the water all the way up on the bank. Because I've lost some equipment before in the past and known a few friends to have it happen more than once.
Yeah.
Partridge Family Prospecting says underwater it's hard to tell if the water goes up quick.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah. It's happening above you.
Yeah. Jess, I don't think you're ever gonna get me in the water, man. I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's not
come
that
on,
bad.
it's a
It's
whole
not bad.
different world, Rose.
Oh, it is. It's peaceful.
Really? And time flies. Time flies. Next thing you know, you're running out of gas, and it's like, okay, come up for a break, warm up. Let me get in that hole now.
Yeah, when you're underneath the water, the fish come in next to you when you're dredging the hole out, and they're sitting there looking at you, watching you and everything. And, that's why, me and Jack like to make the videos too, to show people that the fish come right to you. They're drawn to you because they got food. We're kicking food up for them.
Oh, yeah.
Stream.
Oh, yeah.
Grubs and all kinds of stuff. Little fries at the back of the dredge where the material goes back in the stream, and
Yeah. And the
you know,
fish look for the deeper holes because they need it for protection, and
Right.
they need cooler water in order to survive, which a lot of
This is
people don't
back around to
understand.
what I said earlier too, about knowing your creeks and rivers and streams, knowing how they react and act during rains and stuff, how fast is that water going to come up? That particular creek going to come up. Well, this one doesn't come up very quick, very fast. Never has, so you know that. And so it's ones that you all, we have one here that comes up quick. Just all of a sudden, man, it's up 3-4 feet before you know it. Down at the north.
the
rains.
Norris can come up really quick, and same with like the Wilson property.
Yeah.
It could come up real quick, unlike the Clear Fork where it's controlled by dams, and it comes up, but not a torrent.
Right. It comes up and you can watch it come on up. So you have time. And it goes down just as quick, which is nice.
Well, the Wyoming is a stream that washes the road out up there in New Hampshire all the time.
Yeah.
Just washes it right out completely. I mean, that's how big that stream and how powerful that stream is. I mean, they say
you're not
rocks go
stopping.
down there the size of Volkswagen. So we can move something that big, it's a nice, powerful stream, and if it comes down and gets you.
But those streams are also great for prospecting, correct? So after floods, you want to get up in there and start looking for.
Oh, yeah.
for
Yeah.
specimens.
Especially after some flooding,
Yeah.
because it's
After the
moving
winter.
material around,
Yeah.
Moving the boulders.
Yeah, we like those. It's like tow truck drivers loving a snowstorm. Prospectors love a good flooding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The winter thaw. The winter
Yeah.
thaw.
Yep.
Move that
Yeah,
gold.
Yeah, when the ice goes out, it just plows the banks and, moves more material into the river, and it's more gold for us to find.
Yep.
I have another super chat in the room by NorCal Prospecting. Oh yeah, super chat. Thanks for the super chat, NorCal, and also thank you for your contribution. I received it the other day from Carolina Prospectors for Flash Bash 2021.
Flash bash.
And Adam, California Gold Rush, is coming to Flash Bash with Jocelyn Elizabeth and Drew, the naughty dog himself.
And Top Cat.
The Top Cat's going to be there. Going to be a great time. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just look. It's
Time
that time.
flies when you're having fun.
Oh, yeah, it
Good
does.
job, good job.
Uh-oh, bedtime.
Bash. Ash Bash is April 1st in
April
Michigan.
1st.
April Fool's Day.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't remember who said it earlier when you were talking about peeing in your wetsuit, but they called it the rash bash.
Yeah, that would be the rash bash, all right.
yeah, definitely.
You only want to go to that once, though.
Yeah,
Right.
no doubt about that, Jack, John. Oh, time flies when you're having fun. I greatly appreciate you two coming on and joining us. Hopefully, it won't take another 2 years or
Yeah,
so
hopefully.
to have you come back.
Yeah, I got to say, the pleasure was all ours.
Yeah.
No, it was
great.
ours, dude. Just don't be afraid to come back on the show. We enjoyed
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
I
well,
was
we will.
aggravating Jack about it before. I said, when are we getting on the show, man? What happened?
Keep on him, John. Keep on him.
And as you saw, we had some really good questions from some people, some newbies, and
Yeah.
and other questions. So that's what we're here for. Talk to these newbies and our old friends.
Right.
Yeah.
They help us along too. They help us along all the time.
Old friends, new
Definitely,
friends.
it was our pleasure having you here tonight. Maybe you'll come back again.
Oh, yeah, we will. We had a great time.
And what is your channel name?
It is Appalachian Prospectors.
Okay. Hillbilly John, you have a channel too, or you hanging on his coattails?
No, I think they're partners.
Yeah,
Partners
we're
in
together.
Yeah.
Okay.
They work hard together.
Awesome.
I put a link to their channel in the chat. Please, if you're not subscribed to them yet, head over there, subscribe to them. And if you're on Library or Odyssey, go over and check out their channel and mine. But don't search at Flash in Your Pan. At Library, it's at TDZ61.
There you go.
Say what?
It is at Odyssey also.
Okay.
EDZ 61.
TDZ. Well, it's the same as the end of my URL here on YouTube also.
Right.
Because it's user/TDZ61. And that all goes to the reason why I started this channel in the first place. Was for my action sporting goods, the danger zone. And now I don't have that. So it evolved to what it is today. But you're more than welcome. The last Tuesday of every month, Jack and John, we have Open Line Tuesday.
Okay.
Where our Flash fam or past guests or whoever is more than welcome to join us if we don't get too sidetracked on something to bring in
Get sidetracked?
guests. Never what squirrel. But
My dream Sasquatch tonight.
right. So next,
You're looking over my shoulder now all the time, guys.
next Tuesday is our Open Line Tuesday, where all of you are out there, if we don't get squirreled and sidetracked, are our guests. Again, thank you very much, Jack and John. Greatly appreciate it. Rose and Jesse, thank you for always being here most of the time. And Dano, we miss you. Salt your frickin' parking lot. Strike, I say, strike. But everyone out there, thank you all very much for joining us. It's all because of you out there. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, down east detecting and prospecting and NorCal prospecting for the super chats. Greatly appreciated. And everyone who's coming to Flash Bash, even though it's the first weekend in June, I'm stoked. Totally stoked. So until then, may you always have a flash in your pan.
You know what he's gonna say next.
That's right, Rose, because it does happen, huh, sis?
Yes, it does.
Maybe one day, too, we'll meet you on the river. But know what? Right now, we're out of here. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you very much, Ray Rusa, Nikki, Mark, Outdoor Treasures, Heavy Meadow Detective, Ellsworth Carl, Charles Mueller.
Good night, Megan. Yes, that's why we're here. We're here to help whenever we can. Ellsworth, good night.
Night, Laura. Night, Nikki.
Good night, Laura. And all you newbies, come back again and learn some more. We're always willing to help.
Remember, no such thing as a stupid question, guys.
That's right.
That's
Good night,
right,
John
just
Boy.
stupid answers. We can't wait either, Ellsworth.
Yeah.
We'll find those girls some gold.
I'm calling in next week, Brian.
Good night, Thomas.
Good night, Ray.
Hi, Megan.
Thomas. Megan. Oh, dog.